Welcome to another episode of Realty.com. I'm here with Harold Torres today.
Thank you for having me.
He's our everything, honestly, for the Figueroa team for
Big
the past
team support.
13 years. He is definitely the chief everything for our team, and we really appreciate him. We're going to talk today about perfecting follow-up.
For sure.
With our agents.
Love it.
And if since you've been running this since forever, can you just help us walk through a day of training with some new agents that are looking to start working with leads from Realty.com? What are their expectations? How are they supposed to nurture them? How many times are they supposed to call them? What type of value are we giving them? So just can you walk us through that?
Yeah, for sure. And I think also this shouldn't just be, now I'm going to focus on Realty.com, but I think we should just take internet leads, period,
Online leads in general.
So I'll say, especially for our team, we have so many other platforms that we could see a lead come in multiple times through different platforms. But number one, speed to lead. Right. I think that should be a given. And if that's the gem that you
answer the phone,
and if you got from exactly. So for instance, any type of concierge service, right? And this goes across all the platforms, but for Realty.com, you have to answer that. What's a hotter lead than someone that's already on the phone, ready to speak, right? And again, I think you have to take expectations away from these leads as well. An online lead, depending on when it comes in and what source it is, you don't know if you're going to get them at the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, or the bottom of the funnel. Yeah. And I could truly say this because we have the opportunity and we're blessed to see the same person coming through different lead platforms, and then they're ready to transact.
So from Zillow or Realtor or Realty.com.
Exactly. I could give you a perfect example. We could have them coming through as a Realty.com. We could have the perfect follow-up. And what does the perfect follow-up look like, right? Number one, speed to lead. And that first day, you should be reaching out minimum 3 times, right? So that's either a phone call, text, email, but realistically, it should be 3 different phone calls, at all different times. You could hit them with a double dial, but if they don't pick up at 10, call them at 3, call them at 5, all different times. And then from there, you want to do a minimum of 10 days of pain, right? But what do you see with most agents? Or I could say, what do I see with newer agents, right? And this is on our team. And
we're definitely we're talking about the Figueroa team. So that's one of the things. It's across the board. But since we've been doing this for so long and a high level, and he's seen us go from a team of 7 people to all the way. Highest I think was 70, 80 people on our team. So, it doesn't change though. It doesn't change the metrics. It just changes the amount of time that you have to invest in your leads as well.
100%. And I'll say your first go around has to be a minimum of 10 touches, 10 days of pain, right? Everyone knows the idea of the 10 days of pain.
Is that phone calls, emails, text messages, videos?
100%. Should be a mix, but
what do you guys do?
Phone calls. I mean, they should 100% be phone calls. And then if you're adding the extra with the video message, the text message, the email, the drip campaign, right? Those are all the layers that you're just trying to stay in front of them.
Got it.
Now, let's say I wasn't able to convert or to get that person on the phone.
Right.
That client, they're going to end up into our dial day pond, right? They're going to, but a lot of people think, oh, I got a pond. Well, if you're not fishing in your pond, no, it's not like they're going to call you.
Right.
You always hear I'm not ready yet. I'll reach out to you when I'm ready. And when I hear that and especially when you have newer agents hearing that, I let them, they're not going to call you.
No,
they're not going to reach out to you. They don't even remember your name if you were to call them back right now.
Right. Because they usually get called by multiple agents, right?
Exactly. And I think that's where, number one, that first call, we're just trying to get them on the phone and actually speak to them, right?
Right.
Now, the follow-up, I always hear, I don't want to bother them and all. Well, if you're calling them and just saying, hey, are you still looking to purchase? Or, hey, have you seen anything online? You're 100% a bother, right? Your follow-up, you have to bring some type of word to the phone call.
Right. The value. You got to add value.
And what does that value look like, right?
Yes.
A simple market update, right? If you're just touching on a client And this is what I tell all the agents, especially for your nurture ones, right? Which is, if you have a proper nurture game, that's your entire business right there. Hey, that person that's ready to transact in 6 months, well, if I compound that up, I'm going to have 2 for 6 months. And then the same person that's ready to transact in 5 months, they're ready, and so on. Now, with your follow-up, though, like you said, you have to bring some type of value.
Right.
Either, and again, if you have all the right products and everything, let's say I set them up on a Y Lobo drip, right? I'm looking at the properties that they're looking at. They looked at 123 Main Street 23 times at 2 a.m. Guess what? I'm going to reach out to them the next
day.
At 2 a.m.? Never at 2 a.m. Which I will say we have to let people know.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's going to be those eager agents that are like, I saw you were looking at 3 a.m. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm an early riser. No. Right? Stay within your times to call people.
Yeah, don't get creepy with it.
But yeah, just because they go into a dial day pond or anything, who's working that pond?
Right.
Right. What you focus on expands. Good buddy Eric Perez says that all the time. So shout out to him. But it's true.
It is.
Right.
It is.
What you focus on expands. I know if I don't dial these clients, I'm not going to get in touch with them. So if I dial them, I have a better chance than anyone else that's not dialing.
So on your drip campaigns and when you're trying to call them, let's say you do get in touch with someone via text, email, whatever, are you just going to set them up on another drip campaign? Because, I mean, consumers nowadays can find houses themselves. They don't need us to find houses. So what value are we giving the clients when we actually speak to them that will differentiate us from other agents?
Well, it's going to depend on how that conversation went to begin with, right? But I mean, for example, if you were to call them up and they were to tell you, I mean, I think the most common one was either, hey, I'm just browsing.
Love that one.
Right? Hey, of course you're just browsing, and that's where we identify, right? I think the first thing that we should be thinking is profiling this client in a sense of, okay, where are they at in their journey?
Right.
Right. If you're just browsing, okay, let me hear more about that. Hey, would it bring any type of value if I set you up on a custom home search that, just to let you know, we're getting these properties up front before they even hit these other third-party websites, right? You could say whatever, whether there's lag, right. But I'm pretty sure that most of these companies also have a coming soon list, right?
Yes.
Your off-market properties that, hey, I have a new property coming up on the market next week.
Right.
Wouldn't you love to get that before it hit the market?
That's a good value add.
That's a great value add.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And most of us work with pretty big companies, right? Pretty big teams if we are on a team. And I always like to tell them, hey, I have some upcoming inventory that could be a possible good fit. Right now, I'm opening the door to get more questions as far as, what are you looking for? I could have nothing coming up, but I do know that the market will get it, right?
Of course. And there's other agents that are not on your team that might be in your brokerage or that might be in the surrounding
100%.
areas that you can call. And you know, if you're friends with other people as well. So, you know, it's definitely that's a huge value.
Or let's talk about that one extra step, right? Now we're just talking subsurface level.
Right.
Tony, you give me everything that you're looking for in a specific community and nothing's on the market. What's that top agent? I'm so hungry. I need this more than anyone. I need to provide for my family. What are they going to do?
They're going to go knock on the doors.
Yes, sir. Exactly. But we're not doing that. We get away from that, and we just expect, and I don't know where this came from, but we expect the business to fall into our lap.
Yeah, a lot of agents nowadays, unfortunately, you know, they're looking for that warm transfer, the hot transfer, and even warm transfers. That doesn't mean they're ready to buy tomorrow. I mean, you have to add some type of value no matter what you're doing. And, you know, door knocking is a great value add. And I'm not saying just general door knocking, like you don't just go out there randomly, but if you have clients and they say, we want to buy in here, but we can't find anything, well, go find it. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a great value add. Well, we're going to talk more on the next episode about a couple other things related to nurturing, but thank you so much today for,
absolute
talking
pleasure
with us and letting us know how you guys do it at the FIG team.
Well, hopefully we do this more often. And, to close it out, I could just say that.
Say it to the camera.
Every lead's a good lead, right? It doesn't matter if it's going to take, whether it's a year because they're top of funnel and they're just browsing. But you know what hurts even more? The ones that are just browsing and then you go to follow up with them 2-3 months later and they already purchased. This is coming from someone that sees this a lot, right? Because we think we have the right idea on these clients. And again, it's understanding where they are. So they tell you, hey, I'm 6 months out. Cool. That doesn't mean that you follow up with them
In
5.5 months later, right?
Exactly.
That means that, hey, Tony, I totally hear that you're going to wait the 6 months. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to keep a pulse on the market for you. I'm going to check in with you, whether that's text, phone call, whatever you prefer.
It is, right?
Right. But I want to make sure that if anything was to change for you, right? Life happens. Maybe
Yeah,
you have to
100%.
relocate or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I'm top of mind for you, brother.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great value
That's
add.
it.
Yeah, stay in front of your clients no matter what. Thank you, Harold.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.